We're going to be looking at 5 realistic targets for free agency for the Indiana Fever. We are working under the assumption that these 3 are coming back. Lexi's coming back. Sophie's coming back. That is the assumption that I'm working with, because if Kelsey goes, then clearly you have...
That's the thought that should send chills down the spine of every Indiana Fever fan tonight. While the world argues over Kelsey Mitchell's future, there's a far darker question lurking in the shadows. What if the Fever squanders the golden window of Caitlin Clark's rookie contract by surrounding her with the wrong pieces and turns a once-in-a-generation talent into just another missed opportunity?
First player is a backup center, and I think Demiris Dantas' time with the Fever is probably done. I don't see Dantas playing with the Fever again, if I'm being honest. I think Bree Turner's not good enough. I just think in general Bree Turner is not good enough. So
Williams, 33, is a veteran walking through the wreckage of a nightmare season in Chicago, one so catastrophic it felt like the sky itself had collapsed. But the numbers hide a secret. When Williams stepped on the court, Angel Reese's defense thrived more than it ever did with Camila Cardardoso. She shot near 50% from the field and carried a steadiness a desperate team could barely survive without. The real question isn't whether she can handle a backup role, it's whether the Fever can snatch her for a bargain after her stock plummeted. Do it right, and this could be the off-season coup that defines the season.
This would be one of my things where I'm like, I don't hate the Fever doing this, but I don't see them doing it. So, the Indiana Fever had a player a couple of years ago that is the perfect player, a much better version of Natasha Howard, but it will cost quite a lot of money to keep her, and it's Temi. I still think Temi is the perfect power forward to play beside Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. We saw it. The lineup of Caitlin Clark, Lexi Hull, Temi, Aaliyah, and
*** 2 years ago, the combination of Caitlin Clark, Lexi Hall, Tammy Fagbin, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell wasn't just good, it was untouchable, the most lethal 5-player lineup in all of basketball. Then Indiana made the move that would haunt them. They let Tammy walk. She landed in Golden State, honed her jump shot, stayed healthy, and transformed into the exact piece Indiana desperately needed at the 4. Now, she's a restricted free agent. The Valkyries are trapped, forced to cling to their core on the tight leash of expansion team money. Meanwhile, the Fever have the cap space to rewrite history. The math is simple, but it demands one thing. The front office must swallow their pride and admit they made a colossal mistake letting her go the first time. ***.
A option, Natasha Howard on a near max contract is coming back, and I don't think you have a championship. I don't think you can win a championship with Natasha Howard starting and Michaela Timpson as her backup. I don't think you can win a championship with that, because there are too many games. Natasha Howard is either brilliant or absolutely terrible. And the problem is that Natasha Howard does not play well with Caitlin Clark. So if the Fever are planning on winning with...
Here's the brutal truth about Natasha Cloud. She doesn't thrive alongside Caitlin Clark. The numbers don't lie. Every time they share the floor, spacing crumbles, defensive rotations collapse, and the offense hits a dead stop. Cloud is a wild card, sometimes brilliant, sometimes disastrous, and there's no way to predict which version will show up. If the Fever truly want to build a championship around Clark, shelling out near-max money for Cloud is a gamble that could sink them before they even start. Yet if their pursuit of top-tier targets fails, the temptation to bring her back looms, and that's exactly how a championship window can slam shut before it's even cracked open.
Either of them can slide in. Aaliyah can slide in about the 4 if she gets the 3 ball. Temi can slide into 4, obviously. And then Sophie can slide up to the 4. So for me, that's your perfect rotation. Then you've got KK Timpson as a player. I'm absolutely fine with those 5 players sharing the 4-5. But it's going to cost quite a bit to get Temi out of Golden State. I do think in general that that Golden State, because they have to keep basically their whole team. Almost their entire team are free agents. So it's not going to be hard to it's not going to be hard. It's not going to be easy to keep all their players.
Tammy Benlay comes with a price tag, 3/4 of a max contract just to pry her from Golden State. Expensive? Absolutely. But think about the alternative. Natasha Cloud returns. Michaela Timpson remains the backup. The Fever roll out almost the exact roster that flamed out in the first round last year. The best 5 rotation could be Williams, Benlay, and Boston rotating at the 4 and 5, with KK Timpson as a fallback, but those bench numbers barely scratch the surface. For points per game, 36% from 3, 42% from the field. Solid, yes, but hardly championship material. Beck Allen is a wild card. She was a starter on a Connecticut Sun squad that nearly reached the finals. Under Stephanie White, now back at Indiana, she can shoot with pure precision. She's clawing to resurrect her WNBA career after a disastrous Chicago season, making her a minimum contract gamble with starter upside. Forget her early season inconsistency, look at the full picture. Early games showed flashes of brilliance, nearly 10 points per game, clutch performances when the team needed her most. Then came the setbacks, the bad stretches, the chaos. But opportunity knocks when others fail. Kennedy Burke? She's the 3 and D-wing every contender dreams of. Quick laterally, versatile defensively, lethal on open shots. Her playoff stumble dropped her value, making her a rare bargain. New York Liberty can't keep everyone. The Fever can swoop in and exploit that. The choice between Burke and Allen? High reward risk versus steady defensive reliability. Then there's Letitia Amahire, raw, unpolished, a disruptor who crashes boards, covers multiple positions, and injects energy without needing the ball. All of these pieces are attainable, but only if the Fever commit now. Here's the reality. Caitlin Clark is on a rookie contract for 3 more years. That's the championship window. 3 years to build around a generational talent, paying below market wages, creating cap space for real contenders. The worst-case scenario isn't overspending on Ben Lay, it's recycling the same roster that crashed in the playoffs, hoping another year of development magically fixes spacing issues and defensive breakdowns. Elizabeth Williams? A savvy veteran signing. Reliable. Efficient. Solid. She won't move the needle, but she stabilizes the floor. The real gamble is Ben Lay. Golden State can't afford everyone. Indiana can offer 3/4 of a max without gutting the roster elsewhere. Ben Lay fixed her jump shot, stayed healthy, and is the perfect 4 to pair with Clark and Boston. 2 years ago, that 5-player lineup was untouchable. Now Ben Lay is even better. Letting her slip away again would be unforgivable. Miss her, and the Fever pivot immediately to Burke or Allen. Burke brings defense and consistency. Allen is explosive, unpredictable, potentially game-changing, but only if White can unlock her system. Smart front offices pounce on opportunities like this. Letitia Amahire adds depth, cheap but impactful. The catch? These targets are only viable now, not later. Clark's rookie deal won't wait. The alternative is clinging to cloud, hoping spacing issues self-correct, praying defensive breakdowns vanish, wishing another year fixes what already failed. That's not a plan. That's hoping. Hope is no substitute for strategy. Championship windows close faster than you think. 3 years to build a contender before Clark commands a max deal, before opponents adjust, before the clock runs out. So, the question for the Fever front office is simple, brutal, unavoidable. Are you chasing a championship? Or are you content with comfort, profit, and first-round exits? Because those are 2 separate paths, requiring different strategies, different courage, different commitment. Elizabeth Williams, Tammy Benlay, Kennedy Burke, Beck Allen, Letitia Amahire, 5 realistic targets, 5 pieces to elevate this team around Clark and Boston.